guys, what's going on? If you've seen my other videos, you'll know that I've completed the Mandalorian helmet and the Mandalorian gauntlets. Now it's come time to work on the body armor. So I'm going for the older look, not the new Disney Plus Mandalorian look. I found this on cgtrader.com. I'll put a link in the description. It does cost $53, but you'll get all of the files to do a full kit, upper body. The reason I went with this kit is, if you notice, on the back of the armor, it has insets so that you can put snaps in there and snap the armor to your flak vest or whatever material you're using to make it easier, instead of maybe Velcro or magnets. Now, if you're wondering, well, where do you get the snaps? So when you purchase this this file from Maker Baked, that's who did it, you get this PDF. This PDF has hardware for the armor he does, the gauntlet he does, the helmet he does, modification, 3D printer and parts. He does a lot on there, so you can check out some of his other stuff. But the snap kit, it sends you the link to Amazon. The installation tool, has Amazon. Heavy duty one in case you're doing a thicker flak vest. Maybe whatever the material you used is thick. So that's kind of the reason I went with this one. Now, obviously, everything I do, I've printed on my Ender 3, which all of this was able to print on my Ender 3 except for one piece, and that was the belly plate. The belly plate was not able to be printed on the Ender 3, no matter which way I rotated it. If I rotate it one way, it's too tall. If I lay it down sideways, it's too wide. So what I did was I went into Mesh Mixer and I cut it in half. That's all I did. I sliced it right up the middle, and I printed the left side and the right side. Everything else fits perfectly on there. The center chest piece I printed flat. The chest plates, the left and the right, line up there perfectly. You can get rid of, these supports up here near the top. You can probably get rid of those supports down there. The only supports I had were for the right there where the LED or light display would go. Here you go, you got the other side. Now, for the collar plates, they do fit. You just have to kind of rotate them to an angle. Once you rotate them at an angle, they'll print perfectly. So everything printed on the Ender 3 just fine. It didn't take too long to print all this. So if you're looking for a pretty simple print and you want to do a full kit, that file has everything you need right here from Maker Baked on cgtrader.com, and I'll provide the link in there. Now, everything is already printed. I have it all printed. In this video, I'll show it all laid out. We'll go through the process of, sanding it, painting it, and see how it turns out. The good thing about it is printing it in PLA. For the shoulder pieces, they were not quite wide enough for my shoulder. So I printed it. I simply got my heat gun, heated it up a little bit, widened it, and it worked just fine. I do have the knee armor. I found that off of Thingiverse. It wasn't hard. I just Googled, Boba Fett knee armor, printed that at 100%. Everything that I printed for the armor has been at 100%, and it fits me just fine. When the chest pieces are printing, they may look a little small, but let them print and then see how they look on you. It just looks deceiving when they're printing on that small ender. But once they're finished and you got the center, the left, the right, the belly plate, it covers your whole torso. And I'm probably the size of, average athletic male. So hopefully you're able to get that. There's a lot of good files on Thingiverse if you don't want to pay $53. But like I said, I went with this one because of the snapping capability. Also, the collar plate attaches, that little puzzle piece. The only thing I haven't printed is the cod piece, because I haven't decided if I'm going to use a cod piece. Boba Fett in the Book of Boba Fett, he does not wear a cod piece. However, if you're building armor to be for the Mando Mercs or anything like that, the Mandalorian mercenaries, you have to, meet their guidelines, and I believe you have to have a cod piece. So, just be aware of that. So we'll see how everything printed. I'll show you that. So stay tuned, and thanks for watching. Let's see how it goes. All right, so this is all the armor pieces laid out. So here's the collar piece. You can see it's joined together with that puzzle piece on the back side. I took the soldering iron and just kind of melted it together. You can see the pieces for the snaps. The center, I printed it flat. It turned out pretty good. Here's the belly plate that I cut down the middle and then kind of just welded it on the back. I have the shoulders. Like I said, I had to widen it a little bit with the heat gun, but it fits fine. So I have the left and right chest piece. So I have two of the left pieces because I had to, if you order the LED light set, which I did from Fettronics, which I can provide a link to that, which is, let me open it. All right, so this is from Fettronics. All right, so from Fettronics, you can order, this LED, this light setup. It's powered by batteries, 3 AA batteries. You can attach it into your flak vest. So the reason I printed 2 of these is because I had to widen it a little bit to fit it, and I wasn't happy with the first one, so I did another one. So you can order this off of Fettronics, and then once I get everything painted, it'll go on the inside and kind of give it that better quality. I have 2 of them. I got to figure out which one I want to go with. Obviously I will use filler to fill in any of the areas, but from Fettronics, it'll cycle through, do all the different designs. It'll add a little something to the costume. So that's why I have 2 of these. I'll paint them both and see which one works better. The hand armor I got off of Thingiverse, and the knee I also got off of Thingiverse. Same thing for the knee. I did have to widen it a little bit. All I did was heat it with my heat gun and spread it. These I still need to paint, but I wanted to see how the rockets look. They're just slid in there. But this is the knee armor. So this is the full armor. It was all printed on the Ender 3 version 2 using PLA. So some of you may be attaching your armor to a flight suit. Some of you may be using some sort of flak vest. If you are a Mando Mercs member, you can go to their forums, and there's an individual who actually sells custom made flak vests. It's a little wrinkly, but so he will, you send him your neck measurement, your chest measurement, how long do you want it, and he will make it for you. It has a side zipper, it has a back piece to latch it. And then that way, when you do the snaps or however you attach the armor, it will all just fit right on there. I do believe he can do different colors. I did black because I think the black will match my tan paint scheme. So it'll all attach on there. The shoulders will go on there. So once it is all painted, I will attach it all to the flak vest, but that'll be my full armor kit. Like I said, I don't know if I'll do the cod piece. Boba Fett in the new series, he's not wearing a cod piece. He actually doesn't really have leg armor either. So depending on what your plan is for your build will determine what kind of specifications you need to meet. I'm not trying to become a full member for the Mandalorian mercs or anything. I'm doing this just for fun. So far pretty good. What I'll do over the next few days, I'll start sanding this. I'm going to use the exact same paint scheme that I did with my helmet and the gauntlets. If you watch those videos, I'll sand it, use filler where I need to. I'll hit it with some self-etching primer. I'll hit it with the silver, and then I'll apply toothpaste where I want the aging to be, or what I want to be worn. And then I'll hit it with the tan, rinse off that toothpaste, and then put some matte clear coat. And then getting it attached to the flak vest, I think will probably be the hardest part, getting it all to where it's equally spaced. So, all right, so we'll start sanding and painting. All right, here we go. A lot of the pieces are primered. Now we're gonna start hitting them with the silver. Those two pieces are already silver. Did a little sanding on them, fill in a little imperfection. Gonna hit them again with silver, and then the rest of these are about to get sprayed silver. Remember, all of this was printed on my Ender 3. All right, here we go. Everything is painted silver. I'm gonna let this dry for probably about a day before I start putting the toothpaste on, so that I can start doing the weathering on it. As usual, if I have any paint imperfections, that'll just feed into the weathering. So we'll see how it comes out. I'll probably do one piece at a time when I start painting it tan, so I don't get too rushed and mess it up. So hopefully when it's all said and done, we'll start moving on to figuring how to mount it to the flak vest. All right, so this is everything painted and weathered. So I did the old toothpaste trick that I did to my helmet and my gauntlets. Turned out pretty good. Everything is sitting on the flak vest I'm using. I have the lights glued in. So now the biggest piece is going to be attaching them to the flak vest. So that'll be the next big project. So pretty short video, nothing long, didn't go through any of the steps. Same steps I used for my helmet, but all of this was able to be printed on an Ender 3. So thanks for watching, and the next videos will probably be working on attaching it to the vest. All right.